It's been almost 2 years of masks, of Zoom, of social distancing. But tonight, for one night only, we turn up the heat. Welcome to Miami Nights, coming to you live as we mark the 63rd annual ASH meeting. It is a perfect evening in Miami, Florida. We are broadcasting from the rooftop terrace of one of the clinical facilities of the Sylvester Comprehensive Cancer Center. And right now, it's home to the best party of the year.
Oh, what a feeling it is to be here live for Miami Nights 2021. The band is set up and ready to play.
Absolutely. The drinks are shaken and stirred and ready to be enjoyed.
You couldn't ask for a better backdrop to enjoy. It's December 12th. It's 80 degrees.
It's the quintessential Miami Nights. I'm Ileana Bravo, co-hosting tonight with Dr. Neimer. We're so glad you could join us for our signature party, Miami Nights. And as much as we wish we could be with you in person this year, unfortunately, we're taking extra precautions to keep everyone safe. But the party's going to go on, right, Dr. Neimer?
Yes, Ileana, that's right. And we had such a great time doing this virtually last year. We thought, let's do it again.
And I understand we won an Emmy for last year's production, so we have to say bravo to the whole team who did this incredible live event. But we have a lot in store for our guests tonight, including a fantastic tour of Miami with Dr. Mikhail Sekaris.
You know, I got a sneak peek of that, and you're going to love this.
Yes, I'm sure. I can't wait, because we're also headed to one of the most popular restaurants in Miami. And of course, here's our public transportation, the Miami Metro Rail, running tonight because we're in a big urban center. But anyway, the food is so delicious at this quintessential Miami place. It is one of the most unique spins on drive-thru.
You know, last year, Doctors Ken Figueroa and Krishna Komanduri showed us how to salsa. And tonight we'll be back on the dance floor for an entirely new dance lesson. And this one is live. Everyone, feel free to chime in on the chat. We can see what you're writing, and we would love to hear from you.
For sure. Please join us, because we have a fun night planned. And Dr. Neimer, you certainly have a lot to celebrate, because 2021 has been quite the year for Sylvester. Despite all the public health challenges, the Cancer Center has reached some major milestones.
We have, Ileana. I'm truly inspired by our team, which has not only persevered but elevated our efforts to make meaningful discoveries that impact patients on the local, national, and international level. Let's take a look.
Please.
We successfully navigated many challenges this year, but because of everyone's hard work and dedication, we continued to provide world-class cancer care to our patients. Despite COVID, we have recruited 3 additional leaders in hematology: Mikhail Sekaris, Ola Landgren, and Gerald Soff, and their work is having an important impact in our field. For instance, Craig Moskowitz has identified a new drug protocol that may become the standard of care for patients with Hodgkin lymphoma. Isidore Losos's lab identified a new pathway driving the growth of multiple lymphomas. Working together, our Sylvester researchers have authored nearly 75 abstracts at this year's ASH meeting, and several are moderating sessions. Our researchers also received prestigious and competitive grant awards, including NCI Career Development Awards. The National Cancer Institute also recognized our work in disparities and awarded Dr. Frank Pinedo a nearly $10 million grant to examine how cultural, social, and other factors impact cancer outcomes in Hispanic patients. We also recruited Dr. Tracy Crane from Arizona to co-lead our cancer control program. And just recently, the World Health Organization named Sylvester the first of its kind collaborating center to eliminate cervical cancer, a global initiative. The Dolphins Challenge Cancer, a long-standing partnership with the Miami Dolphins, continues to be our signature fundraising event, bringing in a record $6.3 million this year. We also have plans to expand and improve our research facilities. We are so excited to tell you that we will begin construction of a new cancer research building on our medical campus in 2022. It's clear we are well on our way.
Well, Dr. Neimer, the physicians and researchers at Sylvester never failed to inspire and set a high bar. Like we said, it has been a year of excellence at Sylvester and so much more to come in 2022.
That's right, Ileana. A key member of our team is Dr. Mikhail Sekaris, who's the chairman of the Committee on Communications and a member of the Executive Committee at ASH this year. He joined Sylvester a year ago as chief of the Hematology Division, and he has spent the last year building up our hematology team.
And it's incredible what he's done, and I'm sure Dr. Sekaris has also been enjoying trading the Ohio winters for the Florida sunshine. We asked him if he was interested in giving you a tour of Miami. He not only agreed, he actually volunteered to drive. Let's see what he did.
There's only one way to see Miami, and that's with the top down. To think that last year my commute was so much different. I don't miss that winter one bit. Do you know it's only snowed once here ever? Average temperatures in the winter, 65 to 75 degrees. The place they invented sunscreen, and the cruise capital of the world. Miami Beach has always been an attraction with the beautiful beaches and clear blue water. Centuries ago, it was a hotspot for pirates. Decades ago, it's where New Yorkers went to retire. These days, it's an international hotspot, drawing millions from around the world. Less than a half-mile away from Miami Beach is the man-made island known as Star Island. The name comes from the many famous residents who have or currently live there.
Shake your body, baby, do that conga. No, you can't control yourself any longer.
The list includes Miami sound machine Emilio and Gloria Estefan.
Yeah. It's bad boy, baby.
Sean Combs, also known as Puff Daddy, P. Diddy, or Diddy. NBA superstar Shaquille O'Neal. And my personal favorite, Don Johnson, aka Miami Vice's Crockett. Surprisingly, the most expensive homes in Miami aren't located on Star Island, they're located on Fisher Island, across the bay and accessible only by ferry, although they haven't let me over yet. Fisher Island's 216 acres make up one of the richest zip codes in America. Oprah has called it home, and a century ago, it was owned by the Vanderbilt family. As the legend has it, William Vanderbilt acquired the island in a trade for a yacht and $10. Back on the mainland, the art scene is the star attraction this month. The world-famous Art Basel just wrapped up here, which has attracted thousands of artists, art aficionados, and art critics. Some of the works are truly impressive, while others may leave you scratching your head. Art Basel has spurred several satellite fairs across town, and communities like Wynwood and the Design District have come into their own, transforming public spaces. I don't know if I should take credit for it, but ever since I moved here, a lot of people have been moving to Miami. It actually made the news. The headlines are full of major tech firms relocating from California and New York in the pursuit of innovation amid sun, fun, and no state income tax. One of the greatest things about Miami is the people. They come from across the globe. In fact, more than half the residents here are foreign-born. This international city speaks 128 languages. From Little Haiti to Little Havana, culture abounds everywhere, and that translates to amazing food. Coming up, my colleague Dr. Craig Moskowitz is going to take you to one of the most famous restaurants in Miami, a place where the guests are as fascinating as the food. Thanks for joining me on my short tour of the Magic City, but there's so much I couldn't cover. The great sports teams, the beautiful Florida Keys, and the magic nightlife of which I have partaken. But don't take my word for it. Come down and join me. I'll even take you for a ride.
Si quieres bailar, si quieres gozar, kimbara, kimbara, kumba, kimbamba. Kimbara, kimbara, kumba, kimbamba. Kimbara, kimbara, kumba, kimbamba. Los bailes de danza también con seguito, kimbara, kimbara, kumba, kimbagito. Kimbara, kimbara, kumba, kimbamba. Kimbara, kimbara, kumba, kimbamba. La rumba ya empezó, un consenso, un tambor que suena y no para. Kimbara, kimbara, kumba, kimbamba. Kimbara, kimbara, kumba, kimbamba. Se puede bailar, se puede gozar, kimbara, kimbara.
I mean, who would not want to be in Miami right now? The hot salsa band. I'm wearing sandals. It's December, 2 weeks before Christmas, and just from what we saw of Dr. Sekaris, how can you blame him for enjoying Miami, driving a red Porsche? I mean, it's incredible.
I have to say, all of you in Atlanta that are seeing this live, get on a plane and come to Miami. This is the place to be. But Mikhail wasn't the only new headliner that we've brought to Sylvester this year. We also have Dr. Ola Landgren. He joined us in last November, and he's here now to talk about some of his research in multiple myeloma, which is being presented at ASH. Ola?
Thank you so much for having me here tonight, Steve. It's always a party here in Miami. I love it. We have a lot of presentations this year. I think we're on 8 oral presentations. Tomorrow I'm the chairman for the myeloma educational session, and we will present there. And we also have people getting awards this year, so we're very excited about that.
Yeah, here's that train again.
There's the train. Just hang with us. And
People
then
are living in this city, huh?
they're probably all headed to the beach for tomorrow.
I was just about to say I'm very proud of Dr. Francesco Mora, who also joined here from Sloan Kettering. He got the very, very prestigious John Levy Outstanding Achievement Award from ASH. So that's a huge award.
Yes, amazing. Congratulations, Francesco. And to you, Ola, I know that you've been his mentor for many years.
Thank you.
I wonder if you've been enjoying living in Miami since transferring over here.
I love it here. I moved from one city that never sleeps to another city that never sleeps, and I love it here. The weather is beautiful. We have a wonderful team, and under the leadership of Dr. Neimer, it's fantastic here.
And a lot ahead for Sylvester for the coming year, I'm assuming, with all the milestones that you've accomplished even more.
Absolutely. I actually looked, before I came, there were 4 people working on myeloma, and I bought holiday gifts this past weekend, and I bought 25 gifts, so we have been growing very fast.
Yeah. I think with Mikhail and you and so many others, Craig Moskowitz, Krishna Komanduri, we really are having a huge impact on our field, right?
Absolutely. It's really a great place. We have a critical mass, and the momentum and the energy we have here is just outstanding.
Well, we thank you so much for taking time out to be with us tonight, because this is what it's about, talking about all the accomplishments of 2021 and more to come.
Yeah. And we've had a great time together. Right?
Absolutely.
There's tremendous camaraderie.
It's just a fantastic family we have here.
Yeah. And we'll be dancing together.
Yes, we will. So thank you, Dr. Landgren. Stick around, because
Thank
there's
you.
more to come. And of course, one of the signature fundraisers for Sylvester Comprehensive Cancer Center is the Dolphins Challenge Cancer. It's the largest fundraiser in the NFL, and this year raising a record $6.3 million. Many of the participants run the 5K or ride their bikes between 25 and 100 miles, including you, Dr. Neimer, which I'm so impressed by.
Thank you, Ileana. You know, I look forward to the DCC every year. This will be my 10th DCC. It's DCC 13. It's been a fantastic challenge. Every year I get to ride with survivors, get to ride with my colleagues, other members of the community, with some NFL football players. You know, you can't just hop on a bike and ride 100 miles. I learned that very early on, that you really need to train for the event. And I'm fortunate to train with one of the very best. Please take a look at one of my recent training sessions. Hi, everybody. I'm here with Leanda Cave, and we're training for the Dolphins Challenge Cancer Ride, which is February 26th. I've been down in South Florida now for 10 years, and this will be my 10th ride, the 12th DCC overall, and we raise dollars for research at Sylvester. To ride 100 miles takes a lot of training. I train on the weekends with some of my buddies, and I train with a world-class athlete, Leanda Cave. Leanda, what are we going to do today?
Well, this morning we have a HIIT workout. Probably got about 30 minutes of hard efforts, which really brings up the heart rate. Another 10 seconds. And then recovery on either side of that. I train Steve twice a week. We get up really early. The beauty of what we do together is we're making you a better, stronger athlete. And I think that helps you all around, not just physically, but mentally. You know, it takes commitment, it takes dedication. Steve works after he gets back from a ride.
Perhaps I come up with some of my best research ideas when I'm riding on the bike. It's a great stress reducer. Riding the DCC itself is an amazing event. We get to ride with survivors, with our colleagues, and it's just a great opportunity for this community. There's over 3,300 people who participated last year, despite COVID, and this year we hope to have even more people in our community participating.
We go up north, close to Fort Lauderdale, right? And then we come back, we're at the stadium. I mean, it's an incredible way to kind of really enjoy the day and get fit at the same time. 100 miles is definitely not an easy distance to do, but it's a wonderful goal, and when you do have a cause behind it, it makes it much more meaningful.
Last year, the DCC raised $6.3 million for Sylvester, and we continue to grow our programs, take care of more patients every year, and also we continue to recruit. So I would be remiss if I didn't take this opportunity to invite people to come down to Sylvester, visit, look for a job here. We need hematologists, oncologists, radiation therapists. We need scientists, everybody. Come on down. There's no better place to be. We'll write it into the offer letter. Some rides with Leanda.
All right, 100 miles, here we come.
Now, normally I would walk around the room and hand out orange and green UM hats. Last year we couldn't do that, so we sent hats to 50 lucky winners. Since we're virtual tonight, we're going to do the same thing. Here are the names of the first 25 winners. Now, if you didn't see your name, don't worry. We're going to be giving out 25 more hats in just a few minutes.
Absolutely, we are. So one thing you have to try when you're in Miami, of course, is the food. It is a paradise of food in Miami. So, you know, dozens of countries are represented, and you got to try it, right?
The food is amazing. I think it's time to head over to one of Miami's most iconic restaurants, home of the smallest coffees you've ever seen, but they pack quite the punch, Ileana.
Absolutely. So let's take it away, Dr. Craig Moskowitz, and see what he was up to.
Hey everyone, welcome to Miami. We're here in Little Havana on 8th Street. We call it Calle Ocho. We're in front of the most famous Cuban restaurant in the United States, Cafe Versailles. Let's go inside and check it out. I'm here with Nicole Valls, whose family has owned Cafe Versailles, this amazing place in Miami for the past 50 years. Pretty much this is the place where everybody wants to be for celebrations.
Bienvenidos to Versailles. Right now we're standing in the famous Ventanita, which is a walk-up coffee window. It's actually something that's very unique to Miami. My grandfather was actually the one that started these Ventanitas when he first got here from Cuba. This is the original one from Versailles, and it's iconic. This is where everyone walks up, grabs their coffee, grabs their croqueta or pastry. Here we have ham croquettes.
Okay.
These are classic Cuban snack food. You can't go to any Cuban party without these. We have a beef empanada, and then on this side we have our cream cheese pastry, and then under it, the classic guava pastry. This is like the typical stuff that you get once you come here to the window. People eat this as a snack for breakfast, but these are like our most popular items.
What's your favorite of this quartet?
Well, ham croquettes, if I want something salty and satisfying, are the best. And then on the sweet side, I love the cream cheese.
Okay, let's try it. Oh, this is great, this is good.
And then I think you should try the guava. That's the classic one.
The guava, okay. Oh, it's very good. Well, it's quite tasty, I suspect. Calorie driven, but hey, you only live once, right? Well, you can't come to Miami without having Cuban coffee. It's delicious, it keeps you awake, it's a small shot, and we're going to learn how to make it.
First, you start off with some sugar.
It's a lot of sugar, right? For a tiny cup of coffee.
No, this is to share. We're gonna make a colada, which you share with other people.
Okay, what's it called?
Colada.
Colada, okay.
You have the sugar in there. Coffee's gonna start percolating. And then we're just gonna gently stir it.
It needs, I notice people, it gets constant stirring, right?
Yeah, that's what makes that nice cream on the top.
Okay,
It gives it that nice caramel color.
so that's it, it's done.
It's done.
Okay.
Get that nice caramel
Oh
color.
yeah, really cool.
Kind of like shake it a little bit while you're...
Okay.
And now, you get these little cups.
Got you.
These are the colada cups.
Well, thank you.
You're welcome. A little here. Now
Thank you
you're
so
a
much.
pro. Now you
I
can
am a
make
pro.
cafecito at the office.
It's really delicious, you know? And packs quite the punch, everybody. So Nicole, I hear presidents have standed where I'm standing right now.
That's true.
So who is your favorite superstar that has come here?
There's been a lot of Latin artists like Enrique Iglesias, Gloria Estefan, Celia Cruz has been here, J-Lo's been here, Jay-Z and Beyonce, Robert Duvall's been here, Andy Garcia, just a bunch of people. And normally they just come and go and no one really bothers them too much, so it's something that they like to come by and do.
Thank you so much for spending time with us today. And we get to finish off with the drink of Miami, cafecito.
Yeah.
Thank you
Salud.
so much. Salud.
Well, you can't say we're not getting our cardio in tonight.
Fantastic.
Last year, remember we saw Dr. Krishna Komanduri and Dr. Maria Figueroa learning to salsa at the famous nightclub Ball and Chain.
Well, we all enjoyed it so much we thought we would take another lesson. Joining us tonight live is Claudia and Henderson, who are going to show us some new moves tonight.
Okay, so I think that you're going to show us 2 different steps, simple steps. Three simple steps, all right? Are you paying attention? Let's do it. Step 1. Step number 2. Step number 3. Now all 3 together. All 3 together now, all together. Bravo! Sebastian joined in, Dr. Landgren joined in. Wow, we're sweating.
You think riding 100 miles on a bike is tough? Just try this for 5 minutes.
Absolutely, cardio. Wow. So I think we're talking hats now, is my understanding, because you've got nice, yeah.
Liana, unfortunately, we can't email the sunshine to everybody, but we can send everybody a hat. So be sure to keep an eye on your mailbox this week. We'll be sending them out shortly. Tonight, we also want to take a moment to acknowledge many of our colleagues who have been recognized at ASH this year. They are winners of the ASH Honorific Awards. I especially want to congratulate fellow Floridian Dr. Jonathan Licht, who's the Cancer Center Director at the University of Florida. Hi, John. Congratulations.
Congratulations to each of them. And now we want to turn our attention to another Sylvester physician who's presenting at ASH, Dr. Namrata Chandak.
Dr. Chandak specializes in treating patients with myelodysplastic syndromes. She spoke recently about her research and what makes Miami special. Let's listen.
Our group is a really tight-knit group where we work together on solving relevant problems for our patients with acute myeloid leukemia and MDS. And one of our big programmatic focuses is to make sure that we're serving our community. So some of the works that I'm presenting today, in addition to the large clinical trials that will be presented at ASH, include very community-relevant projects, including specific assessment of the Hispanic population, which comprises of a large part of our population, specifically looking at short-term outcomes using a discharge claims database. And this is a small project, but provides a seed for a much larger initiative to try and understand the molecular characteristics for this population, which is becoming more and more a larger part of the US population. Another wonderful project that we're going to be presenting is using our currently relevant and approved therapies in older patients. So as the older patient population grows in the United States, we need a good idea of how our standard therapies can be implemented and provide the best care. My research interests include studying this on a more genetic level. So we have great collaborations within the institution with these wonderful faculty, Ken Figueroa, Luisa Semino, Justin Taylor, and of course, Steve Neimer, who's our fearless leader. Miami represents the future of America in that it has a very large older population, which is a huge focus in cancer research. And as I previously mentioned, the Hispanic population, which is now the largest minority population in the US. So truly being able to represent these patients in clinical trials, in novel studies, and understanding cancer at large is crucial to understanding cancer in America. I think this is the best place to be for this kind of research, and I'm really happy to be here.
Namrata, I hope you can join us in February for DCC 12. Here's something to get you excited about it.
This is about us. The weekend warriors, the champions, the ones who raise the bar, the lifesavers. But we are more than that. This is about being a game changer.
Tua, shotgun. Got it! How about that?
We have the grit. We commit to the grind. We are relentless in our pursuit.
I'm not just a fighter. I am living proof.
On and off the field, the work doesn't stop, and neither does the celebration. We go hard. For the community, for our neighbors, for my teammates, for all families, for a cure. It's time to be bold, taking the NFL's #1 fundraiser to the next level, committing to raise $75 million. $75 million. This is massive. This is life-changing. This is how we save more lives. Funding brilliant minds to innovate, to bring more cures right here in our hometown. This is about getting more wins. Together, we challenge cancer. One team, one fight.
Wow. Okay. Well, we hope we see you all in Miami on February 26th. It'll be a 72-degree day for the DCC, an amazing day for us all.
I'm quite certain that we've whet their appetite with what we presented here tonight. And unfortunately, it's time to say goodnight to our guests, to everyone, because after all, it's a school night, right?
School night.
Yeah.
I'm hoping we could stay till 1 a.m. to party here. So I'm ready to keep the conversation going.
Of course you
and
are.
so maybe social media, head over to Sylvester Cancer, at Sylvester Cancer, and tell us what you think.
Dr. Neimer's going to be monitoring the chat, so make sure that you chime in and let us know how you liked it. Thank you so much for joining us virtually. Sorry we couldn't be in person, but I know that we had a great night, as I hope that you did as well.
You know, also, I hope everyone has a great ASH meeting. This morning, I was online at 7:30 for some of the talks. Caliente, take us out.
Thank you, Caliente. Good night.
Oh, yeah.